Capricorn, this is not just another horoscope. This is your soul's emergency alert. The universe is calling you, loud and clear. From July 20 to 24, something rare, something sacred is opening just for you. It's called the Final Destiny Window, and it only comes around once in a generation. This isn't just a spiritual forecast. This is a karmic intersection where your past, present, and future collide. And you, Capricorn, are standing right at the center of it. For the last 7 years, since around 2017, you've been climbing a mountain most people can't even see. You've battled silently. You've carried burdens no one understood. You sacrificed your comfort, your joy, and sometimes even your identity, all for something greater. You knew deep down there was a purpose to the pain. But you've also asked yourself, when is it finally my turn? Now, right now. This 5-day portal is your answer. But here's the truth. Before the breakthrough comes, you must pass 3 final soul tests. Hidden, emotional, deeply karmic challenges that will push your limits, not to punish you, but to prepare you for what's next. Because what's waiting on the other side of this window is not small, it's not surface level. It's the life-altering shift you've been sensing, the one you couldn't explain but always felt was coming. But be warned, if you sleep on this moment, if you ignore the signs, if you resist what the universe is trying to show you, you'll loop back into the same cycle. And this time, the delay won't be days or months. It'll be another 7 years. That's why this moment matters more than anything you've felt this year. So let me ask you, Capricorn, are you paying attention to the patterns? The way certain people have reappeared? The sudden dreams? The emotional triggers that hit you out of nowhere? That's not random. That's your soul's alarm clock ringing louder than ever. It's trying to tell you you're at the edge of something massive, but you have to pass the test before you earn the reward. This message found you for a reason. You're not here by accident. And what you'll hear in this video could change the course of your destiny forever. So here's your choice. Close this window and go back to sleep. Or stay with me and awaken into the next level of your soul's purpose. Because Capricorn, this is your final destiny window. It's time to face the 3 karmic gates. And when you do, you unlock the breakthrough that changes everything. Capricorn, let's go deeper. Between July 20th and 24, the universe opens a powerful karmic gateway, what ancient mystics called the Saturnian Gate. It only opens under a rare celestial trine, when Saturn, your ruling planet, aligns harmoniously with both the Moon and Mercury. This isn't just astrological fluff, this is cosmic engineering at the soul level. This alignment hasn't happened like this in decades. And when it does, it activates your personal contract with karma. And for you, Capricorn, this means 3 life-changing things. First, a break in your karmic contract. The soul deal you made lifetimes ago, the one that kept pulling you into cycles of struggle, responsibility, and emotional isolation, is being reviewed. You have a chance to end the old soul debt and start something new. Second, a rewrite of your destiny. This window allows you to shift the trajectory of your life in career, relationships, health, or spiritual mission. If you've been asking, why does it feel like I'm meant for something more? This is your moment to step into it. Third, the call to step into your higher mission. No more playing small, no more hiding behind duty. You were born with a legacy encoded into your soul. And this is the 5-day activation period where your soul will either respond to the call or delay it again. But here's what most people don't understand about Saturn. It's not the planet of punishment, it's the planet of spiritual maturity. Saturn is the master teacher. And the Master doesn't hand out diplomas for showing up. It gives you exams before you graduate. So yes, this is a time of breakthrough. But it will come wrapped in disguise. It will look like stress. It will feel like pressure. It may come as confrontation, delay, or confusion. Because Saturn wants to know, have you really evolved, or are you still reacting the same way you always do? These 5 days will test your discipline, your decisions, and your destiny all at once. Here's where most people get it wrong. They assume the window will stay open. They think they'll have another chance later. But Capricorn, that's not how Saturn works. This is a final window, not a forever one. The train is at the station right now. And if you hesitate, if you wait until it's comfortable, if you let fear or doubt talk you out of your next step, that train will leave. And when it does, the next opportunity like this might not come until 2032. So let me ask you, can you feel it? That inner pull, that strange pressure in your chest, that voice that keeps saying, something is coming, but I need to be ready. That's your intuition. That's your soul clock. That's Saturn knocking, asking if you're finally ready to claim the life you were born to live. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to say yes to the next step. Because if you do, you don't just pass the test. You rewrite your reality. You break the karma. You reclaim the throne your soul left behind lifetimes ago. Capricorn, this is it. This is the final destiny window. The doors are open. Will you walk through, Capricorn? The first karmic test that will rise during your final destiny window is one of the most deceptive, the anchor of guilt. It doesn't shout. It doesn't crash into your life like chaos. Instead, it creeps in silently, like a fog. You'll feel a strange emotional weight, an invisible heaviness in your chest, as if your soul is dragging a chain you can't quite see. And then it begins. You start remembering things you thought were healed. Maybe it's an old decision you regret. Maybe it's a relationship you wish had ended differently. Maybe it's something you didn't see, or something you said that still echoes in your heart. Suddenly, the voice in your head says, maybe you deserved that pain. Maybe you're the reason it all fell apart. Maybe you're still not enough. But stop right there. That voice, that's not your truth. That's the karmic loop trying to pull you back in. This isn't punishment. This is a test of self-worth. It's Saturn asking you, will you keep punishing yourself for the past? Or will you finally choose to rise beyond it? Because here's the truth. You've already paid the price. You've carried the burden. You've learned the lesson. But guilt is like an anchor, and no ship can sail forward while it's still chained to the harbor. The cosmic signs of this test are real, and you'll notice them if you're tuned in. You'll keep seeing mirrors, literal or symbolic, because the universe is reflecting your inner state back to you. You may have dreams of your childhood, especially unresolved family wounds. This is your soul trying to clear something ancient. You might suddenly remember a betrayal or loss you thought you buried long ago. Why now? Because your spirit is ready to heal at the root. This is your moment to stop running and start releasing. And it begins with a decision. Not a perfect apology, not rehashing the past, but a soul declaration that breaks the karmic echo for good. Say it aloud. Right now, if you're ready, I am not my past. I am who I choose to become. Let those words ripple through every cell in your body. Capricorn, you don't need to keep proving yourself worthy. You already are. You don't need to carry guilt like a badge of honor. That's not how evolution works. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be free. And this moment, this karmic test, is your chance to finally unhook the anchor, so your spirit can rise. Because what comes after this, what Saturn has prepared for you once you break this pattern, is a life of lighter energy, higher power, and deeper love. But the universe can't deliver new blessings to a heart still buried under shame. So ask yourself honestly, what guilt are you still holding? And why are you punishing yourself for being human? Capricorn, this test is not about your past. It's about your permission to move on. And once you pass it, that's when everything starts to shift. Capricorn, the second karmic test standing between you and your breakthrough is one that hides behind logic, responsibility, and ambition. It's called the mind trap of control. You'll know you've stepped into this test when your world starts to feel out of sync. The plans you made suddenly shift. The people you were counting on fall silent. Delays happen, projects stall. It feels like everything is just slightly out of your hands. And your natural instinct is to grip harder, to manage, to plan, to organize every detail and force the outcome you were aiming for. Capricorn, it's in your nature to be the one who holds everything together. You're the backbone, the planner, the stabilizer. But here's the karmic trap. This isn't about strength. This is about surrender. Because control, it's an illusion. And Saturn, your cosmic teacher, is asking you one simple but powerful question. Can you trust the divine flow even when it doesn't make sense? This test will play out in the most frustrating and often hilarious ways. Cosmic signs include phones glitching right before important calls, traffic delays that force you to reroute last-minute schedule changes, unexpected cancellations, emotional triggers when things don't go your way. You'll want to scream. You'll want to fix everything. You'll start to believe that if you just push harder, it'll all come together. But in reality, the universe is protecting you, because what you're trying to hold together may not be aligned with your highest path anymore. And what seems like a delay might actually be a redirection to something greater. Capricorn, this test isn't about giving up. It's about letting go of what you can't control and mastering what you can. And what can you control? Your presence, your energy, your faith, your response. Your soul task is simple but profound. Breathe, be still, and declare with conviction, I release control. I allow divine timing. Let those words anchor you when the world spins. Let them guide you when your hands itch to grab the wheel. Because when you stop forcing, when you allow space, the right doors swing open effortlessly. The perfect person calls at the perfect moment. The delay you hated becomes the gift that changed your future. Capricorn, you were never meant to be a puppet master. You were meant to be a co-creator. And co-creation means trust. Trust that you are supported. Trust that the universe knows what you don't. Trust that your breakthrough doesn't need to be forced. It just needs to be allowed. This karmic test may feel like chaos, but if you pass it, you enter a new realm of peace, intuition, and flow, a space where life stops being a burden and starts feeling like a miracle. So when things fall apart, smile. It means you're being freed, Capricorn. The final karmic test during your destiny window is the most personal, the most emotional, and the most spiritually loaded. It's called the relationship crossroad. This isn't just about love, it's about loyalty, identity, and the ties that bind your soul. You may find yourself standing at a fork in the road with someone you care about deeply. It could be a romantic partner, a parent or sibling, even a friend you've known for years. But now, something feels different. You feel torn between what you owe and what you feel, between keeping the peace and finally speaking your truth. And here's why. This person, or this dynamic, may be tied to a karmic soul contract, a bond you made lifetimes ago, rooted in duty, sacrifice, or survival. And in this lifetime, that contract has run its course, but you've stayed because Capricorn often chooses duty over desire. You stay because you're loyal, because it's the right thing, because you don't want to hurt anyone. But now Saturn is asking, what about your soul? What about your truth? What about what you need? This is the moment where authenticity must rise above obligation. And make no mistake, this test won't come gently. The cosmic signs of this karmic crossroad are undeniable. Emotional confrontations out of nowhere. Unresolved tension finally boiling over. Seeing messages or signs about letting go, breaking free, or starting over. A deep, intuitive feeling of, if I don't make a choice now, I'll stay stuck forever. It may even feel like your entire emotional life is being put on trial. Because it is. This isn't about abandoning people. It's about not abandoning yourself. Capricorn, you've spent lifetimes holding everyone else up, being the foundation, the steady one, the one people lean on. But now, the universe is asking, can you finally choose you? Your soul task is to get radically honest with yourself. Ask the question, the one you've been avoiding. Am I staying in this relationship because I'm afraid to leave, or because it truly aligns with who I am becoming? If the answer is fear, then staying is keeping your soul in chains. But here's the beauty of this karmic test. It's not just a door to exit. It's a portal to heal, to finally shift the dynamic, or to walk away with love and power. And once you do, once you stop betraying your truth for comfort, you unlock emotional freedom like you've never felt before. You make room for aligned love, for sacred soul partnerships, for true support, not energetic debt. Capricorn, your breakthrough isn't just in your career or purpose, it's also in your heart. And your heart can't rise if it's shackled to the past. So if the universe brings up that person, that pattern, that pressure, listen, it's not random. It's your final karmic checkpoint. Choose yourself with love, because the moment you do, the next chapter begins. Capricorn, if you've made it this far, through the guilt, through the urge to control, and through the emotional crossroads of your heart, then something extraordinary is about to happen. Because when a soul like yours passes Saturn's final karmic exams, the breakthrough becomes unavoidable. This is not just spiritual poetry, this is divine law. If you pass these 3 soul tests, you will feel a shift, not in theory, but in reality. A financial gate will swing wide open, one that was locked tight for years. Money may show up unexpectedly. A client or a contract or a solution to a money block you thought was permanent, it arrives. Why? Because your vibration has aligned with receiving, not struggling. A new opportunity will rise from a direction you didn't expect. You may be offered a job, a collaboration, an invitation to share your wisdom, your energy, your mission with the world in a new way. It may even scare you, because it feels bigger than what you're used to. But guess what? That's how you know it's real. And perhaps most importantly, a major block will vanish. The weight you've been carrying in your chest, the stuckness that's made you feel like no matter how hard you push, nothing moves. It dissolves, sometimes overnight, sometimes through a single moment of clarity, sometimes through tears that you didn't even know were still buried. And that's how you'll know the breakthrough is here. You may feel a tingling in your spine or hands, energy shifting. You might receive a phone call or message within 72 hours, something life-changing. Or you might just cry, not out of sadness, but out of relief. Because your soul will finally understand, I made it, I passed the test, I'm not the same person I was a week ago. Capricorn, you've earned this, not just in this lifetime, but across many, You've paid your karmic dues. You've carried the heavy roles, the leadership burdens, the silent sacrifices. But now, you're being asked to step out of survival and into sacred power. This is not about hustle anymore. This is about alignment. This is your destiny upgrade. And like any upgrade, you have to walk through the new door, even if the old one still feels familiar. This is your moment to close the chapter of struggle, to turn the page, to step fully into the timeline your soul has been preparing for. A new life chapter is beginning, but only if you choose it. Don't brush this off. Don't call it coincidence. Don't downplay what you feel rising inside you. This is real. This is timed. This is yours. So now the question is, will you trust it? Will you claim it? Because your breakthrough is not in the future. It's already waiting for you on the other side of these 3 tests. The universe is watching, and your soul is ready, Capricorn. Take a breath, let it all sink in, because what you just heard isn't just a prediction. It's a prophecy your soul was always meant to receive. The universe has trusted you with some of the hardest assignments, not because you were weak, but because you were one of the few strong enough to carry them with grace. You've been the builder, the responsible one, the backbone for others, even when your own heart was breaking. You've worked through lifetimes of struggle, of silence, of pushing through pain. And now, it's time to step out of survival and into your spiritual leadership. This is not just another week. This is not just another update. This is a turning point in your soul contract. You've just been handed the keys. The karmic gate is wide open, and beyond it lies your true legacy. The life your soul has been preparing for across timelines, dimensions, and lifetimes. But here's the final truth, Capricorn. You must choose. Will you stay locked in the safe cage of fear? The place where you always say, not yet, maybe later, what if I'm not ready? Or will you rise? Will you shatter the illusions, break the generational curses, and finally live the way your soul was always meant to? Because your breakthrough isn't out there somewhere. It's waiting behind your next brave decision. You've passed the tests. You've remembered the lessons. You've answered the call. Now it's time to say it out loud, to claim it, to declare it to the universe. Comment below, I claim my destiny. Say it like a soul spell. Say it like you're rewriting time. Say it like your future self is listening, because they are. And when you say it, you seal your awakening. You activate your destiny timeline. You let the universe know, I am ready, not someday, but now. This isn't the end of your story. This is the first page of a new chapter. A chapter where you no longer shrink to fit, where you no longer carry weight that isn't yours, where you rise as the leader, healer, and legacy holder you were always meant to be. So here's your final soul mission for today. Like this video to seal your breakthrough energetically. Subscribe for more Capricorn soul updates, prophecies, and cosmic instructions. Share this video with another Capricorn who needs this light. Someone who's on the edge of transformation but hasn't seen the signs yet. You might just save a soul from repeating another 7-year karmic cycle. And that's power, Capricorn. The time is now. The tests are complete, the breakthrough is real, and all that's left is for you to rise.